What is good, everybody on YouTube? It is, of course, the Timeline Podcast, but we got something new for you guys. It might be old for you if you've been around for a long time, but this is the Timeline Podcast Show, Episode 1. Now, we used to do this all the way back in 2019
for sure.
SoundCloud exclusives, you feel me? Ain't that many people hear about it.
If you've been rocking with us in SoundCloud, then you know who I am, and you know the other half of the Timeline Podcast, bro. And we back to the fundamentals, man. Hey, look, I feel like we've been going to practice, bro. We've been in the gym.
It's been a lot of behind the scenes, man.
Hey, we back and we better than ever, man. So, hey, let's talk ourselves up real quick. You feel me? The Timeline Podcast is back in full effect. So, you feel me, Dame, man? Just take us away, bro.
Man, and just for everybody who been asking the whole time, like the logo, why is it two niggas, Detroit, the Cleveland one? This is the Cleveland nigga from the logo. The picture is complete, you know what I'm saying? So, for everybody who didn't know, now you know. So first, I'm going to let y'all know what to expect going forward from the Timeline Podcast Show. And that, of course, is the timeline. So we talking about the hottest, the most interesting, the oddest, the craziest shit that's being talked about on the timeline during the week. And we bringing it to you, live action, in your face.
Raw and uncut.
Uncut. But, so first, you know, we are primarily a music podcast, and we gonna jump right into that because we had some heavy hitters drop some disappointments.
I was about to say some not so heavy hitters, you feel me, because Roddy wasn't looking too rich, my boy.
Yeah, man, and the nigga took a whole year off?
And it was to the point where it was just like, it was building up so much anticipation that I feel like anticipation killed him.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, a lot of these rappers, they done got into this age. Like, I feel like he pulled a Cardi. You feel me? Because honestly, now you feel
Playboy?
me? Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Playboy Cardi. Like, I feel like that album that he dropped, like, after being on a hiatus for all that time, like, now looking back and hearing it now, is fire. But like when it dropped, it was like, damn, this all you giving us, nigga? Like, you feel me? I waited for this, and you still rich, and this is all you dropped. You feel me?
Even when Late at Night came out, like months before the whole project, I felt it there like a little bit, because when Roddy last album was out, niggas was like, damn, who top of the game right now? Right. Roddy, Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just stumbled. And Lil Baby been running.
I feel like Roddy Ricch had a vision for that album that nobody else seen when it came out. And
hopefully that wasn't his vision, and that was something the label made.
I pray that was what happened, but you feel me? Like, I don't lose any confidence in Roddy Ricch for the simple fact that he started his career with classics.
Yeah,
like,
straight.
And I'm not talking about like a couple songs. I'm talking about like tape after tape type shit. So this may have just been a label miss.
Yeah, Roddy Ricch was definitely one of the niggas where it's like, all right, this nigga, you couldn't find a bad Roddy song for a while. And I still want to say we got a bad Roddy song. We just got some boring Roddy songs.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not comparing Roddy Ricch to the entire industry. I'm comparing Roddy Ricch to Roddy Ricch. And he failed himself. Like, as it compares to everybody else, like, it's a decent album. I could play it without getting disgusted, but it wasn't what we expected from him. You feel me?
Yeah, hopefully it's just a sophomore slump, you know what I'm saying? But he has acknowledged it, and he got on Twitter and said, y'all playing with my top, Signed to the Streets 3 is coming soon. So a little redemption tour, and it's definitely needed.
And just to, you know, leave it off with this, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what goes into making a project for somebody as big as Roddy. You feel me? Like, it's kind of like a lot of hands at play that nobody knows about unless the artist decides to tell us about it. You feel me? So I say, you know, industry flop type shit. That wasn't Roddy's album. That was the label album. You feel me?
Yeah, and if everything going good, you never hear about them other people, really.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about somebody who maybe, in my opinion, put out his best work so far, and that's Gunna. DS forever, man. Drip season forever.
I would definitely.
Shit's amazing.
I would definitely agree. I would say that I haven't like did my thorough full listen through, but like the shit that I've listened to like half of it.
That's because you can't get through it because you got to replay the shit you done heard.
Honestly though, it's one of them albums that's so good I know no names of no songs. Like, I've just been letting it play. Like, I hop in the whip and it's just like we about to play that Roddy, but that Chloe feature, that Gunna on that motherfucker, you know know, I was like, this nigga
yeah, they got wavy in that bitch.
Hell yeah, but
I was fucking with the Kodak feature too. Like Kodak's super hot right now, and that shit was perfect timing.
I feel like, you know, just coming off of talking about Roddy and going straight into Gunna, like Gunna did the exact same thing that we expected Gunna to do. It was like what Roddy should have came with, you feel me? But yeah. I mean, Gunna does not disappoint, and he's one person that can stay in the spotlight without dropping music. And you feel me? Like that definitely helped, like him being somebody that could like cultivate the culture and shit. So I'm pushing P. You feel me? I fuck with Gunna, bro. All of that shit hard.
Yeah, I would say like before this, I was a little shaky on like Gunna's ability to put together a full project. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the doubts is gone with this shit. Like he established. The niggas here.
For sure.
Okay, and we got some hometown news for your boy. You feel me? A nigga that I've been listening to personally for the last 2 years, and shit's hot, man. Baby Money just signed to QC, and like even if you haven't listened to Baby Money, I know you know QC and what they do.
Definitely. I just feel like QC got like a knack for like finding like the best like talent in the industry that not everybody knows about yet. You feel me? It's like they definitely know where to put their money at type shit.
Yeah, it's like QC and CP CEO. Obviously, they keep their ear real close to the streets, and because every time it's an artist that's really popping in the streets, QC got their eyes on them.
Definitely.
Baby Money a good pickup, and I'm glad that Detroit is getting some love from, you know, big record labels, you know what I'm saying, and changing people's lives out here, because it's well deserved. We got the talent, we got the music, and shit, now we got the proof, and we got to just keep going.
Definitely, because being somebody that, you know, I'm the dude with the C on his hat, so I'm from Cleveland, like looking at Detroit for a long time, I was wondering, like, is it y'all that's holding yourselves back, or you feel me, is it the industry blackballing y'all? And it's nice to see, like, you know, people that's not industry sellouts, you know what I'm saying, like they still making gritty Detroit music with them same mainstream people that you want to see, and I'm fucking with that shit, bro, because the city deserve that for sure.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I low-key feel like it's a couple of ways to look at it. It's like niggas were holding themselves back, but at the same time, the rest of the country they just weren't fucking with the music that we liked for a long time.
Facts.
Like it was an adjustment period.
And I also feel like a lot of niggas gotta pay homage. Like a lot of people that just made money off this music industry in the last like 5 years just because of the Detroit scene. Like a lot of people weren't fucking with it until like the West Coast adopted it. You know, a lot of other people like around like started making their own little type of, you know, Detroit type upbeat type music.
People was stealing ingredients, stealing sauce for a while, but the true
everybody
niggas found out the source.
Yeah, everybody knows the source is for sure.
Okay, and shit, man. If you've been following the page, I know you've seen this one. We just got to talk about why are rappers so petty, man? Like this guy dissed his baby mama in a song and recorded the music video at her job at the McDonald's, bro.
Man, that shit is art. that nigga's an artist, bro.
I should have lied to you, bitch, but I didn't. I should have fucked on your friends, bitch.
Look, bro,
but I didn't.
Hey, look, he made it. That's art, bro. Everything about music nowadays.
The myth, the legend.
The motherfucking legend, Kanye West, has a documentary starting on February 6th, bro. It's premiering February 16th. And I want to ask you, bro, do you think that Kanye West is a genius?
I'm going to start this off by saying I'm excited for the documentary. I'm definitely going to watch that shit because Kanye got like one of them journeys that I feel like a lot of people can learn from, even if you don't like him. But as far as the genius talk, I would call Kanye a musical genius. I can't necessarily call him a genius. You know what I'm saying? And I only say that because I feel like it's similar people in our culture that does things like Kanye, but we don't ever refer to them as geniuses. And I don't know, maybe it's Kanye's craziness that has people, you know, give him that label, but I feel like dudes like Jay, Diddy, you feel me? They did make some great business decisions.
Yeah.
Could definitely be, you know.
I just feel like Kanye is an innovator in different ways. Like we have, you know, business moguls like Jay-Z, and Diddy and stuff like that. And then you have innovators and people who can create a vision for the viewer and consumer that they probably would never be able to create for themselves. Like especially like with Kanye's, like this year with Donda, the promotion for like, you know, going around the globe with different pop-up, you know, listening parties and stuff like that, just building and building and building and building and building and building, and then having one of the best interviews of the entire year with that Drink Champs interview, and literally dropping a project. He didn't just drop an album, he dropped a project that not only was good to the ears, it actually meant something. You feel me? Like,
I really don't think people understand how crazy Donda is. Like, Donda is a 2-hour album with no cuss words, with Playboy Cardi features, and it's Fabio Foreign, while having Andre 3000, while having gospel, and none of that shit seeming out of place. It's crazy how he pulled that shit together, and it definitely needs to be recognized.
And if I catch any nigga saying they not bumping Donda in the car, I'm smacking you, nigga, because I'm bumping Donda in the car for sure.
Yeah, actually, in Donda just today just went platinum. So
shout out to Kanye, man.
Shout out to Ye on
TLP loves you, bro. But, you know, just to, you know, cap it off with just Kanye, I just really want people to understand that, you know, these visions that he makes, especially with just like the way that back in 2017 when he had that one tour with the elevated stage and the $3 million screens that he was having and shit like that. Like, bro, niggas is not really doing it like him, and also niggas is not in this same industry making $1 billion fucking dollars, bro. Like, niggas really need to understand that I think Kanye is a genius, my personal opinion, not just because I'm a fan, and he just pushes the culture, bro. Anything that's going on in the culture right now, bro, Kanye probably had his hand in it, bro, and he doesn't even have to be the coolest person in the room to make it cool.
No, that's facts. Kanye has always been one of those people that has recognized his pull and utilizes that shit and uses it to his advantage, and I feel like anybody who do that can, you feel me? They got the steps to take over the world, especially depending on how big your pull get. Definitely. And Kanye got crazy pull.
Definitely. Good.
Man, so here at the timeline, we do talk about a little bit more than music. And let's get into the sports world. And as far as sports, I can't really think of nothing bigger from the past week than Antonio Brown leaving Brady high and dry mid-game, man. That shit is crazy, man. Threw the jersey off, threw the shirt off, threw the deuces up, and got the fuck out of there, man.
Look, bro, dang. I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever walked off a job while you were still on the clock?
More than once.
So, in that case, AB ain't different than none of you niggas, because I know about 90% of y'all that definitely walked off a job, bro. He just make about 1 trillion times more money than you do. You feel me?
But he's already made you feel me? I walked off and I only made 1 check so far, man. I don't give a fuck. You say the wrong thing to me at one of these jobs, and I'm out that bitch. And you see, I start a podcast quick as hell and talk shit about the boss. Like, fuck them niggas.
So do we know what happened with AB and why he left the field?
Okay, so we got 2 sides.
Okay.
We got the coach side and we got AB side.
Right, I want to hear the best side first, which is AB side.
The best side is AB side. So AB done came out a couple different ways through posts. He a super gremlin and told his side of the story. You know what I'm saying? So AB came out and said that basically they tried to make him go in injured. Okay. And that was some bullshit.
Which it is some bullshit.
He ain't feel me. He wasn't feeling that. He ain't feel respected and appreciated, so he walked off.
So he took his shot.
Oh, and when he told them he couldn't play, he hurt. They was like, "You're done," and he was like, "Well, if I'm done, I'm done."
No, he wasn't pulling that shit. You know how they be trying to fire you after you work the whole day?
Yeah.
Like, no, nigga, I'm out of this bitch, bro. Like, I'm fired on fire me, bro. Stand on the business, bro. Stand on the business if I'm fired. But hey, man, you already know that AB gonna land on his feet, bro.
Yeah, man, that nigga already got kickbacks with Floyd, and yeah, he on bigger and better shit. He dropped the song the same day. He had that shit in the clip, man.
Come on down to the Browns. We got some space for you, man. Got some space for you, AB. Come to the Browns, man.
Man, and with the Browns, man, I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all some disappointments.
We don't got shit to say.
Before Stafford got traded to the Rams, Browns was my Super Bowl pick, but now I got the LA Rams. What's your Super Bowl pick? Because the playoffs do start this weekend.
I don't know why this nigga think I care. The Browns not there. He beat me in the fantasy playoffs.
Hey, fantasy champ
look,
right here.
We be into that fantasy football league shit, and this nigga won. The Browns out. I don't got shit to look forward to.
If we got any Timeline Podcast watchers, listeners that play fantasy football and y'all want to start like a community league, we could do that next year.
Hey,
I like that
I like
idea.
the Timeline Podcast Fantasy League.
Yeah, we on that.
And I know our subscribers got some money.
Oh yeah, we gonna have entry fee.
Yeah, we gonna get it right.
You feel me? But we gonna have a prize in the end. It's all worth it.
For sure. But shit, since we already got the Super Bowl picks, we didn't seem that excited about the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, man, fuck the NFL, bro. You from Cleveland, I'm from Detroit.
We ain't on shit
you
right
feel
now.
me? The Lions, the Browns.
Fuck
shit.
Let's talk about somebody that'll make something that'll make everybody happy.
Man, after 2 years,
the return of the other Splash brother.
Man, Klay Thompson is back, man. And have you? He done played 2 games so far. Have you watched any of them?
I have not been able to tune in. I just know he has returned.
Okay, so look, I am on crack streams every day of the week. Now, if y'all don't know what crack streams is, that's where you go watch your sports for free, man. Don't buy that league pass. I'm trying to tell you.
Get rid of that ESPN app. Cut your cable off.
Unless it's some Timeline Podcast shit that we asking you feel me? Don't buy that shit.
Don't buy it.
You can find it for free to watch. All you ever ask y'all to pay for this, just respect us and don't bootleg our shit.
All you need is a motherfucking YouTube to watch the Timeline Podcast and what he just gave. All you need is Timeline and sports, nigga. Timeline and sports.
Man, live TV so dead. That's the only thing they got is sports.
If you got live TV right now, you're definitely over the age of 65. If you have like cable, your shit plugged up, like you're over the age.
If you go on the guide,
I don't even think they teach niggas how to plug up the cable.
You got a universal remote.
Bro, niggas used to be in the guide all night. Click.
Man, waiting for 3.
Skinamax.
Waiting for Adult Swim. Man, but all right. Besides Klay, because we all very excited about Klay, I don't know what the NBA is going to do about his return, but we got another nigga returning, making a comeback.
Is he returning?
Halfway.
Look, nigga.
Like this.
Look, nigga, you could get
this.
You could get a part-time job in the National Basketball Association right now because they handing out $30 a week to any nigga who don't want to get vaccinated.
Already?
We ain't take too much of an interview either. We came back.
Nah, yeah, y'all fight y'all energy.
Where do we stop at? Oh yeah,
when we first started,
when y'all first started, it was kind of like niggas was salty as hell. Niggas said
we sucked it the fuck up. All right, so where was we at just now? Talking about BBL.
Yes. Okay. I have questions. I have questions about how BBLs work. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is the ideal transfer spot? Like, is they getting neck meat? Can they get thigh meat? If they can get the meat from anywhere, why they ain't getting it out the stomach? Cause I'm seeing people come out of BBLs and they got an ass, but I seen something else that could have been worked on while they was in there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like while you in there, 2 birds, one stone.
I'm not a BBL booty expert, but from what I do know,
that's what we need.
What I do know about BBLs and booties is that BBL meat is coming from the back of the arm. From what I know, look, don't quote me, don't be mad at me, but I think it's coming from the back of your arm. So you can't be too
turkey.
You can't be too big.
The shit that show you make good things.
The crazy part is, the thing is though, I don't think that you can be a big motherfucker and get a BBL. I think you have to be like a certain body type bitch to get a BBL.
So you already gotta have a certain type of body to get a BBL.
Yeah.
You bitches is doomed.
I mean, I feel like there's butt lifts and then there's BBLs. I feel like it's a fucking difference. And the way to check the BBL is if it's a BBL, if the scar on the back of the arm. I think that's how it goes.
I was about to say that. I thought that's how you check if it's real. Like, If they elbow match, it's real.
It's a scar. But to answer, because you had a loaded question, I don't think they could take BBL booty meat out your stomach because I feel like the booty go reject the stomach meat. I don't think stomach and ass go together.
We need a BBL booty expert up here because I don't want to spread no misinformation.
So understand that now the Timeline Podcast is officially looking for a BBL booty expert. You must have a BBL though.
No, we're on the fucking search.
You either must have a BBL or you gotta work in like the BBL's offices.
You feel me? You can't just schedule appointments too. You gotta see the process.
You gotta pass at least 6 booties a week.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be getting booties in and out the shop.
You can't be no BBL booty beginner.
You gotta be highly recommended, a vetted booty expert.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
So just let you know we out here looking for those. So let us know what the hell we can do to find a BBL booty expert.
Man. And I know y'all been watching our page, and something that had our comments going crazy, man, was the sex therapist on that podcast talking about aggressive sex language, saying
beat that mother. I'm gonna spring that book, boy. Look.
And nobody was trying to hear the shit that she had to say. Nobody was trying to hear that shit.
They were pissing her off. Cause they was like, I want to get my shit to beat my shit up.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like her only problem. I don't know. I don't see it being a problem. Like, sex is an aggressive act, man. I was having a conversation with a friend, and he told me this. And it made so much sense that I'm bringing it to y'all. But sex, by nature, is an aggressive act.
I would agree.
That's what it is, and the language to accompany it will be aggressive. And if you had sex more than 3 times, I can bet that the woman has asked you to be aggressive, or at least say something aggressive.
My thing, I feel like there's many different ways to have sex.
Facts.
And I just really want to talk about just the idea, not even the podcast, because look, I feel like you can make love and then you can have aggressive type sex, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like aggressive.
But you can also be like, I love you, bitch.
Yeah, but I feel like aggressive acts come aggressive language. It's like I'm not about to be there like, I'm churning them chilies. Like I'll be like, you feel like, what am I supposed to say?
It's soft sensual shit.
Penetrating you.
That's just not for every time. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, while you hammering the nails in the wall?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's not for that time.
You feel me?
But when you magic micing it in the front, then you can say something a little different, a little nice, a little nicer.
You're free to, think whatever you want to think. But my main problem and main point of this whole thing is to just stop making it seem like black people have the problem. I'm talking about black people talk about sex so aggressively, white people talk about sex aggressively, other people talk about sex aggressively when the sex is aggressive. Yeah. Just because we are the culture and we're the popular doesn't mean that we're the only one that we have. Don't create a problem out of something that's natural. You know what I'm saying?
That shit just made me think of some angry Indian sex. Like, what is that?
Bro, I almost mimicked that shit, and I know we can't have that on the page. So I'm glad that I caught myself, bro. I'm growing up, bro. But, on to, the next. You feel me?
Yeah, we can, this is our, if it seems a little uncohesive, y'all, by the time we get to the next few weeks, y'all are being caught on. So we go through the music, we go through the sports, what we want to talk about, and then we get to the timeline, man. The topics from the timeline, especially from our page, that generated a lot of comments and a lot of interactions. So something we got to talk about. My best friend, can work as a COVID treatment. And they did a study to figure this out, but I feel like all they had to do was ask me. Because I had the COVID and that bag, and I only had one at the end of the day, and that was that bag.
And it is amazing the things that weed and cannabis can do, bro. Like, people are literally getting through cancer off that shit. They're not taking prescription drugs and all type of shit. And fucking prize, it helps you with COVID-19. It can, allegedly, And what they say is that the terpenes inside of the cannabis is what helps fight the COVID-19. And if you don't know, terpenes are the things that actually get you high. You feel me in the weed.
I know y'all see me over here like,
What the hell is this guy talking about? But yeah, terpenes are what get you high. So when you go into that weed shop and you looking at that little number, bro, don't pay no attention to that. Find out what terpenes are, bro, because it's curing motherfucking COVID and Omarion and all of that shit. You feel me?
Just getting all that shit
going. Getting all of that shit going, bro. But like before we end off music, bro, I feel like this is a topic that a lot of people are avoiding. I feel like I'm not tied to any media conglomerate or anybody who has a lot of money, so I don't give a fuck. I'm going to talk about it. The Astro World incident. Understanding that, you know, us at the Timeline Podcast, we feel very bad about that shit. And heart goes out to everybody who went through something with that situation. But the conversation to be had here is what I really want to steer towards more is like, who is at fault? Of course, the people who had the concert is at fault, you know, Travis Scott and, you know, whoever. But when it comes down to, like, festival culture, I've been to festival before, I've been to concerts before, I've been in the mosh pits, I've been in the crowds where I literally couldn't breathe. And that shit is serious, but, like, it's a culture to that shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, niggas have concerts like that 8 times a year.
And I feel like when it comes to, you know, festival culture, all these years of, you know, me, like, even witnessing it and being in it, like, the people who created the culture and kept the culture going and kept the environment safe were the people in the crowds. I feel like once the people in the crowd stop caring, you gotta understand, yeah, you're a fan, but there's no way I can control thousands of people. Yeah. No matter what I say, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he could have been more attentive, but, you know, I've never been in his shoes, so I can't judge. But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when you got a culture that's a fairly could be dangerous and violent culture, you know, not saying shit happens, but it's just like, I don't want this to be something that kills a culture that created such, you know, fun times for a lot of people, and that can be safe, you feel me? I just feel like when it comes to jumping fences and getting in sections that you're not supposed to fucking be in, and just being aware of your surroundings, then that's a duty that you should probably have, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. And I feel like with this situation, the biggest problem that I have with it is, like, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. Like, it might be, like, the most recent, but this is the first time it's happened with a black artist. And usually when this happens, it's a fucking rock band, white artist, something like that. And the mood after is usually just sadness for the people that was lost. But now it's with Travis Scott and it's more blame. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like, oh, let's mourn these people that we lost. It's like, let's shit on Travis Scott, he killed people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I really want people to think about, like, that. Like, why that is. Yeah,
I do want to insert the fact that this is not the first time somebody's died at a Travis concert, though. So, like, you know, it's a conversation to be had about really keeping people safe, bro, because at the end of the day, like, how can you have fun if people aren't safe, bro? Because that shit is scary, bro. Like, when you can't breathe in the crowd, that shit is scary as fuck. But, you know, we talked about Astro World, we talked about some Gunna, we talked about a whole bunch of different shit, and we're gonna move on to Meta. Techie, what the fuck is that? So Meta is basically supposed to be the new internet.
Yeah, man, it's like, I don't know that shit. I'm not gonna try to best explain it, but it's the newest shit, man. It's gonna be the virtual reality. It's gonna be our new lives. It's pretty much.
It's honestly like
I don't think we're that close to it being, like, more important in our real lives, but I feel like we're moving there.
It's gonna be really important. So I was literally talking the other day, right? And we were having a conversation. I was talking to somebody, we were having a conversation. They were like, you know, I wish girls could do the same things y'all do. Like, y'all get on Call of Duty and y'all link up and play the games as avatars and shit like that. And I was like, you're about to be able to do that. Like, with Meta, all you need is an Oculus. Like, y'all literally can virtually go shopping at a store together and, like, buy shit through Meta. Y'all are literally going to be able to communicate, like, virtually. Like, if you ever been on, like, Mees or IMVU or anything like that, like, it's going to be your real world virtual avatar, like, attached to real world shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I'm back on Club Penguin. Nigga, as soon as that shit loaded up in the Meta.
I'm dead as fuck. But something like this, like, does something like this scare you coming from somebody like Mark Zuckerberg?
No, I feel like a lot of the technology that's come out over the years has been scary, and I feel like that shit mostly just comes from movies. You know what I'm saying? Like the only ideas of this shit that we have pretty much comes from like futuristic movies and shit. And they're not gonna make a movie where everything just went well. You know what I'm saying?
I just hate that a lot of this new technology that we're getting that helps the world so much is coming from companies that profit so much off of advertisement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it really shapes the culture because, like, we're not going to act like in the last decade Mark Zuckerberg wasn't on trial in front of the Supreme Court about the use of Facebook and selling our information. Now he's creating the new internet and a breakthrough, and that don't scare nobody type shit. And it's kind of like,
man, and who knows what type of information you gotta get niggas from Meta. Like,
exactly, but
they gonna have your weight, they gonna have everything.
And you know, I still don't really understand it. Everybody still doesn't understand it, but you know, we're in a world of NFTs and all type of different shit, and it's a scary world to jump into when you don't know anything about anything.
Man,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
imagine the fucking 2K face scan, right?
You know, moving on to, you know, we talking about new era stuff, new age stuff. I want to talk about somebody who's not only been in the music industry for a minute, he's just been in the culture for a minute, a big staple. And now
nigga, like, taking over the entertainment industry as a whole.
Bro, like, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has created a power universe that is literally rivaling Marvel right now. I've never seen so many niggas dressed up in G-Star, jumping over cars, shooting niggas, selling dope in $1 million houses and shit ever. This is the best shit ever since like the best shit since Mari, bro.
Power ain't missing shit but a Bobby Smurda cameo.
Oh God, because I get to see motherfucking Monet fine ass walk across the screen every day, girl. You get fine, you age fine like wine, Mary.
Man, and you know I gotta fuck with 50 Cent even off his other show, man. Another highlight he put in Detroit has just been getting so much love,
BMF.
And the BMF series has just been it's been a nice addition to my rotation of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And I love it because like 50 Cent is giving us what we want without it being cliche or something we've seen before.
You know he's giving us nigga stories told by niggas. You know what I'm saying? We don't got the white people ending. We don't got the white people trying to put a message in there.
Facts.
This is just nigga shit.
And I love it because I don't care how many black people you put on a show, I can tell when a nigga wrote it.
It's like Tyler. It's like this. Why Tyler Perry is good. It's black drama. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry, he been going a little long now, but the original draw to Tyler Perry, he's a black writer, it's black situations, and it don't got that white haze in front of our fucking stories. Facts. And 50 Cent is mastered that shit.
And I like 50 Cent because everybody he gets to play a role is like they're perfectly fit for the role. And like even when it came down to BMF, like I was watching an interview with him and Meech, and he was talking about getting him into the role and like fitting. He was like he had a whole bunch of other people that was auditioning, but it was like it wouldn't make sense for it to be anybody else, you know what I'm saying? And like 50 Cent understands certain shit like that makes a difference.
And with it being BMF, it made the people accept it more, like the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's where 50 Cent's genius comes in, because even besides the roles, 50 Cent knows, like even hiring the right directors and shit, like this nigga knows the business, he knows the game.
Yeah, I would say the only thing like with BMF, I would say like the acting isn't as good as Power.
But that is because of
50 Cent putting people in positions to win, and now I love that shit because I'm not watching it. I love this shit because I'm not watching Power, and I'm not just seeing a whole bunch of cameos or BMF and seeing a bunch of cameos from people that I know they're just famous just because they're famous. You know what I'm saying? And he keeping it on brand. Like, BMF, he got Cash Doll in it. He giving people in the city like the shit that they deserve. Why cast a bitch from LA when we could get a bad bitch from Detroit?
You feel me? And they doing everything right. And like you could tell he done had a lot of contact with the real Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? And just keeping all that shit accurate.
Hell yeah.
Even the looks, like they came out with the furs, like that shit, it was like, damn, this looks like my uncle or something.
And that's one reason why like it's so important for people like us to gatekeep the culture. Like, you feel me? Stop going to see them movies that was produced by a white man that's about a black man. Like, stop going to see all that other shit. The good shit made by the niggas, man. I don't want to watch no black man story that's told by anybody else.
Also, the hard shit about 50 Cent, he not putting shit out on like BET. Like, nah,
That
this
shit
nigga
on Stars.
Yeah, he ain't on MTV. This
Yo,
nigga's on
yeah.
HBO. He on Stars.
For sure.
And he even got Lil Meat. He got Lil Meat on Euphoria now. So he just putting niggas on, real nigga all the way around.
Is it true? So, hey, if y'all ever seen Lil Meech in the club, just let me know. Do he be musty? All I heard is on the song.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna make it out without it, but
I'm sorry, bro.
this is the timeline, and the timeline said Meech musty.
Hey, Meech, we love you, bro. It's all for the sake of the TL. But then we coming to the closing of the first episode, bro.
Yeah, man. So if you're still watching this long, just know that we appreciate you. We fuck with you a lot. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And we're going to leave y'all with the question of the week. Now, make sure if you do respond to this question, do it in the comments or tag us on Twitter. And the question is, should we talk about Future more when it comes to the top rappers in the game? Now, I'm talking about the Jay-Z's, the Lil Waynes, the Drakes, the J. Cole, the Kendrick. Should we say Future as well? Let me know what y'all think.
We'll talk about it on